welcome to Let's Talk and welcome to Let's Talk Houston. And I am your host, Dr. J. Lynn and welcome to Let's Talk.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11. Tower cleared.
And welcome to Let's Talk Houston. And I am your host, Dr. J. Lynn Hicks. And in the studio with us today, we have none other than the phenomenal, amazing Ms. ArDenay Garner joining us on today. Yay! We made it.
Yes, Lord, we made it.
I'm so happy to have you. I don't know what to do. Tell Lottie Dottie and every doggone body that we are live and in living color. Go ahead on and greet your audience.
Awesome. Let's get the people. We should be streaming on Facebook right now.
I'm checking my phone. I always log in too.
Woo,
I always
we live,
like
baby.
to share and to let the world know that we are live and in living color. Ms. ArDenay, such a pleasure to see you again. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been since April, and I'm just sharing it out to a group because my group needs to know what's going on. I'm going to search my group so they can. There we go. The Resilient Black Women Community. I done shared with them.
Right, the resilient Black women community. Oh, let's see. Oh, let me see something. I could click some different things. Let's see. Oh, I'm playing around with this. Look at there. What is this one?
I disappeared.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. I never, ooh.
Oh, I like that. Hey.
I technically, I don't normally do virtual, but I make exceptions because we met in Dubai. Like the week before last, I had Stacy on, and we met, of course, in Dubai. And so y'all don't live in Houston, so I have no other option but to allow you to log on. I'm so glad you decided to join me on tonight, Miss ArDenay. You just have such a huge repertoire of talents and gifts. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Miss ArDenay. Introduce yourself to us.
Well, thank you, Dr. Jalen Hicks, for making accommodations to have me on your show virtually. I really appreciate that. Like Dr. Lynn Hicks said, my name is ArDenay Garner, and I'm a personal development coach, y'all. I help women write their transformational life stories, either in a book or an anthology project. And that's my divine assignment.
Yeah.
Now, my 9 to 5,
Mm-hmm.
I counsel some folks, but in my business, I work my purpose.
Wonderful. Yes. Well, I saw you speak in Dubai and you were excellent. I saw many of us speak in Dubai and I was just wowed by the amount of talent that was in that room. I mean, wouldn't you say the same?
Oh, talent is an understatement. Like we bosses, we're leaders, we're visionaries. We make it happen. That's why we're gonna go back in 2 years. So in 2027,
Mm-hmm.
our same group gonna go back to Dubai because we're about business.
Wow. Yes. Well, I'll be there. I tell you, that is most definitely a global group of people, very business minded. They don't just want to conquer or dominate their city. They're concerned with the world globally. The mindset was just amazing. Even when I talked to some of them briefly, it's all about the next move, the next venture, and they're not looking at what's happening necessarily in the U.S., but beyond the borders of these transcontinental United States, as they say.
That part, beyond the borders.
Yes. So, that might be a good topic book or something, beyond the borders. We got to push those borders sometime, expand the borders, enlarge the territory. So, while I was there, I didn't know all the details about you, like who you really are. Like I know you're a wife because I saw your husband. And
You saw King G?
Yeah, I saw TG with you. Y'all were together. I
Hmm.
know you're a mother because I've heard you talk. You have a daughter. Is somebody an attorney?
My daughter is an attorney. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. And I have a son. He's a machine learning engineer and entrepreneur.
Oh, that's wonderful. And you don't live here. You live in
Syracuse, New York.
Syracuse, New York. But you know, funny thing, although you live in Syracuse, New York, you're constantly in North Carolina. You're always, I mean, what is your attachment to North Carolina? What is that all about?
Well, first, let me say my mama is from
Oh,
North Carolina. My
okay.
mama was born in Rockingham, North Carolina, and Rockingham is small, right? So put it like this: everybody in Rockingham is my cousin. That's how small it is.
Okay.
And it's funny because when I was younger, I said I would never live in North Carolina because everybody my cousin, and now that's the place I want to get to, Charlotte, North Carolina. And so I produce an annual conference called the Stand Up Authors
Hmm.
Revival and Awards Conference. And
Yeah.
it's in Charlotte because that's the region, the city where the Lord called me to promote healing.
Oh.
So, about 23 years ago now,
Hmm.
I used to live in Charlotte, but I left because I was fleeing a domestic violence relationship.
Yes.
And the Lord said, I need you to go, I need you to heal in the place that hurts you. And so when he said that, he sent me to Charlotte to help others heal in that area. So that's why you see me there a lot. I have a lot of family there, but I'm
Uh-huh.
also on assignment in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I don't take it lightly.
Wow, that's phenomenal. Now, I have heard you talk about domestic violence. I mean, I've seen you go live and talk about, you take those walks. You were
Oh
taking, I'm
yeah.
gonna call them nature walks.
Mhm.
And while on the nature walks, you were talking. I mean, I was floored by some of the nuggets that I was gaining, gleaning from you as you spoke. You were very transparent, very open, but you just talked about, I guess rebuilding and what you experienced and just some of the details. Do you want to talk a little bit about it?
Absolutely, because I'm a survivor first and foremost. And I know,
Yeah.
some of my friends and colleagues will say, well, no, you're not a survivor, you're a thriver. But
Yeah.
I identify as a survivor because for me, it's a daily chore to
Uh-huh.
reset my mind
Right.
and focus on what is present at that particular time. So I actually enjoy saying I'm a survivor because that means I've overcome. And while I am thriving, I have prosperous relationships, I'm
Mm-hmm.
still surviving. And so I was in a domestic violence relationship for about 10 years.
Wow.
And yeah, and I was living in Atlanta when it started.
Okay.
My son, I only had one child at the time. He was 5 months old. And
Hmm.
I remember the first incident, we were driving probably 50, 65 miles an hour in a truck down the highway.
Yeah.
And at the time, we'll call him Forgiveness. Forgiveness is my children's father.
Okay.
He punched me in my jaw, and I'm holding. I know y'all gonna be like, "Why was the baby not in the car seat?" I don't know,
Okay.
but I'm holding my baby,
Mm-hmm.
my son, who was 5 months, in my arms, and I get punched in my jaw. And in that moment, I just told myself to be calm because any reaction from me could have been fatal.
Yeah.
A lot of things could have went wrong, and so that's when it started. The physical abuse started. The emotional abuse did happen prior to me moving to Atlanta, but the
Mm-hmm.
physical abuse started in that vehicle. And it took me about 10 years to get out of that relationship because the biggest thing for me is I didn't want my children
Yeah.
to not have their father because I had both parents.
Right. I understand.
And you've heard things about, well, if your children don't have both parents, they're going to be damaged and the odds are against them. And so I stayed in that relationship. I mean, we broke up and on and off, but I
Yeah.
stayed because I thought I wanted my children to have their father. But then it got to a point where if I don't leave,
Mm-hmm.
somebody's going to be buried or somebody's going to go to jail, or
Right.
both could be true.
Yeah. Well, obviously, whenever I talk to someone that has been in a physically abusive relationship or has had encounters with domestic violence, they normally do not get out at the first, at the onset. That first blow, I mean, because you're optimistic and hopeful, you know, just like in What's Love Got to Do with It, you have violent episodes, but then you have gifts, you have lovely honeymoon phase, then you go back to it's like, it's hard to break this cycle. And like you say, you were thinking of your children because you had
Mhm.
both parents.
Mhm.
Because 10 years is a long time.
It's a long time, and while I'm not a statistician, I want to say I think the average time
Hmm.
a DV victim is in a relationship is about 10 years.
Oh,
Audience, if I'm mistaken, correct us,
yeah.
but I think that's the average time it takes for someone to actually
Hmm.
walk away and then
Right.
stay away. That's the other key. We leave,
Uh
but
huh.
we often go back. Now,
Okay.
walking away and staying away, that's a whole nother chore in itself.
Hmm. Well, yeah, it's a challenge to walk away and stay away because soul ties and trauma bonds and, you know, history, familiarity. Some people just don't want to do something different. They know that he's crazy or he fights, but I'm familiar with that. But you don't want to go get a new crazy. You know what I mean? It's kind of like I'm happy here because I know what he's gonna do. He's gonna do this, that, and the other, and okay. And then we're gonna make up, and then everything's gonna be good for I don't know a day or two or three. I don't know how the frequency or anything, but you were talking about some of that type of thing on the nature walks. I was listening to you one day, and sometimes I thought I'm gonna hop on and hop off, but you were very interested on those walks. Like you was just, I mean, spilling all the beans and just so open and honest and just encouraging. Is that a car? What was that?
So you hear the motorcycle going down the
Okay,
street,
okay,
and
okay.
the window is closed. So I'm surprised that you can still hear that.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
But that's what it is. You know what, Doctor Hicks? On
Yeah.
those nature walks,
Mhm.
I don't know how to be anything else than transparent. There was a time where, the Lord said, I want you to be transparent. I'm
Yeah.
like, why? I don't, what I'm saying? Why do I have to share and tell all? But I realize in my transparency, it helps other people, one, recognize that they're not alone. Two, it gives them permission to say, hey, you know what? If she could do it, I could do it. Because at
Yeah.
the end of the day, only God can judge us. So
Mhm.
I enjoy being transparent because I don't like small talk.
Right.
I mean, if we're not discussing purpose,
Mhm.
passion, and
Yeah.
business, I
Mhm.
really don't want to be conversating. And I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So my daughter say, oh, mommy, very serious. Well, I'm very serious because I only want to have serious conversations.
Oh, I'm kind of like that in a way. Like I can have small talk because I like learning about people, learning about your life, your history, your likes, your dislikes, or whatever. But like, I don't like talking to fake people. I can have small talk about your day, what you ate for lunch, what are you going to cook, tell me about your latest recipe, anything. But when I detect like you're fake, like you're perpetrating the fraud, then I don't like to entertain. You know what I mean? I can laugh with you, I can joke, we can do the small talk, but it's the I don't like a phony, a counterfeit. You know what I mean? I need you to be real. Like you're very real on the nature walks. That's what I like. You're very. I can tell your language. You're talking real talk, which I like. That's cute.
I appreciate that.
Well, you're welcome. You're welcome. So how many years have you been married now? The second time around.
So my 8-year anniversary is
Okay.
in 2 weeks. Hey, hey.
That is
And we've been
wonderful.
together for 15 years and married 8 years
Oh,
and 2 weeks.
that is wonderful. Congratulations. I mean, I'm happy
Thank
for you.
you.
So you found love.
I found love
Uh,
at the moment I surrendered to God. And I do mean the moment, because I remember the day. It
mm,
was it was April 30th,
uh-huh.
2010.
Yes.
And I remember telling God, Lord, I surrender. If you need to use me as a single woman, I am
Mm,
open to being used because I didn't think that I would get married. So I surrendered and said, Lord, I am okay if you need to use me as a single woman.
yeah.
And the very next day,
Mm,
I met Fred.
that's wonderful. I like that.
the very next day. In the way it happened, I remember, like, I'm good with numbers, dates, because I write things down on a journaler. And
Yeah.
it was around 3 o'clock. I was working, and I heard this voice say, "Now would be a good time to take a break." And
Mhm.
it was God. And I'm like, "Yeah, no, I don't want to take a break now."
Okay.
And again, the voice said, "Now would be a good time to take a break." I'm like,
Yeah.
"I'm in the flow. I don't want to take a break now." The
Right.
third time, and that's how God would speak to me in threes.
Mhm.
I got up and I actually took the break. And as I was leaving out of our office building,
Mhm.
Fred was on the phone right beside the door. And he was the first black man I had seen on campus because we had relocated.
Uh huh.
And the first black man I seen on campus in like 4 or 5 months.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, there's somebody else here black besides me.
Mhm.
And I went to the vending machine, got a granola bar, and then I walked outside and sat down at the picnic table. And he came outside and sat across from me on the picnic table. And this part is funny because I'm thinking, out of all the space outside, why is this man sitting across the table on a phone call beyond across from me? And I
Yeah.
was a little annoyed.
I'm sure you were.
I was a
Like you're
little
not gonna say
annoyed.
nothing to me, but you're gonna talk on the phone. Okay.
Exactly. And so the phone conversation ended, and then
Mhm.
he asked me my name and what I do. And I remember at that time I had this little spiel. My name is ArDenay,
Mhm.
and I'm a Libra, and I'm a spiritual life coach, and I'm moving to Charlotte. Like, that is what I told people. I'm moving to Charlotte. I'm a
I'm.
spiritual life coach, title change, and I'm moving to Charlotte. And we exchanged numbers, and he lost my number,
Mm.
and I didn't see or hear from him again for like 60 days. And I
Okay.
gave him my work number. So I didn't even give him my personal number. I gave him my work phone number. He
Okay.
lost it, and he said he was trying to find me. He was going to the office and asking people if they knew me. He didn't know my name, and they was looking at him like he probably was a stalker. And then lo and behold, I seen him again,
Uh huh.
and I hurried up and gave him the right personal number.
Uh huh.
And here we are all these years later.
Oh, that's cute. I like that story. The first time you gave him the decoy number or whatever you call it, but he lost it. God didn't
He
intend.
lost it.
Yeah, God didn't intend for him to use the decoy number. And then you gave him the actual number, the authentic number.
Hurried up and gave him the actual number.
Hmm. That was good. You heard. I like the way there was urgency there
It was urgency.
because you didn't want to miss your blessing.
Did not
You felt.
want to
You
miss
felt
my
something.
blessing.
You sensed something there, and you said, "Oh my God, we lost it. 60. It's been 60 days. So let's try this again." Okay. So both of y'all were attending the same university, or?
Well, we were working on the same campus. He's a sheet metal worker, and I was working in accounting at that time. And our corporation
Uh-huh.
physically relocated.
Okay.
And I was asked if I wanted to stay at the old location or go to the new location. And me, with my wittiness, I said, you know what? I was thinking this. I didn't tell the employer that. I said I
Mhm.
want to go because I thought I would find my husband. Lo and behold,
Oh,
my husband was there. I
yeah,
did not know. You
yeah,
cannot make this up.
yeah. I like that story. So you have to take risk.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Greatness and the beauty is found outside of your comfort zone. So many times we're comfortable like where we are, but we don't want to step out. That's the pushing the border. You remember I talked about pushing the border. I knew God was going to use that. I know He's going to use it tonight though, but that's what He
Yeah,
has.
beyond the border.
Yeah, beyond the borders. That's what I said. We have to go beyond that level of comfort. It's a sweet spot there, and it feels so good. But then when you decide, okay, I'm gonna go beyond that level. Even waiting the 60 days, you were going beyond the level. Yeah, it was uncomfortable there. It was some discomfort.
Absolutely.
Because it's like sometimes that period of wait, that waiting period is so silent. Like it's silent. There's no noise. Uh, are you working, Lord? I don't know what happened to the guy. I don't know. And then when he was running around trying to find you, that was uncomfortable. I don't know her name. She was brown. I mean,
Yes.
he was like, I want to find her. I don't know who she was. I like,
Yes.
yeah, she was a lady. She was African American. She's about this tall. I don't know who she was. Okay, but anyway, he found you.
That's
Y'all
funny.
crossed paths again.
Yeah.
Divine intervention. It's like God had to step in to bring y'all.
And
Yeah, right?
and I'll share this detail, Dr. Hicks.
Yes.
So at one point, I don't know how far along in the marriage,
Uh-huh.
we were applying to be on some kind of a reality TV show when we had to write in about our love story. And
Oh.
so I didn't have time. I was either in school working on something, and I asked him to write it.
Hmm.
And I read the love story, and what I learned was he was never really having a conversation on the phone. He was pretending. And he was doing that to get my attention. I
Why
did
did
not
you
know
do
that.
that? Did you tell him how annoyed you were? I mean, that is not a way to get my attention by sitting across from me talking on the phone.
He was
I mean, even if
never
you were pretending.
he was never on the phone. Now he in 2025, he may say I don't recall, but I have the email that he
Yeah,
sent to
the
the
reality.
producer of the TV show, and he was pretending.
Oh wow, that's kind of
So
funny to me. It
yeah.
was another lady I heard say it was an older woman one time at church testifying. She had got a good husband. This was years ago, but they had been married a long time by then. But the point was, she said that she would go to where he was. He was at the university, and she wasn't even taking classes during that time at the university. She would go in position. She found out where that man was taking classes, and she would go and sit out and position herself
I know that's right.
with the book open like she was in school. And she wasn't in school. She was sitting there, and she kept doing it. So she say she kind of well, I forgot how she said, but it was like she called him. I called him. Look, he was looking for me, but I called him. So I forgot how she put it. But really, she just positioned herself there when she was not even going to school. He positioned himself when he was not actually. I'm trying. It's something under. It's an underlying metaphor meaning. It's something. It's about positioning. It's about timing. It's about placement. You know.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
don't understand why he pretended to be on the phone having a conversation, but he
Maybe he was
was.
nervous. Like he didn't just want to strike the conversation up with you right off.
Yeah,
So
listen, however he did it, however smooth, I'm grateful because I am in a happy, blissful marriage with King G. He is my divine mate.
oh, I'm so happy for you, King G. What's his
King
first
G.
name?
Huh?
What's his first name?
Frederick,
Oh, but you call him King what? Oh,
King G.
that's what I thought. Because
King
his
G.
last name King G.
That's right.
OG King G. Garner. I'm just okay. I think in straight lines, so I go A B C D. I make connections real quick like that. I can't help it. I don't know why my brain. It's been doing that all my life. I just want to tell you, I love your hair. You know, I saw this hair in Dubai. It is so pretty. The way the little flips. What you?
That's my Dubai hair, baby. It was blowing in the wind. Remember, it was blowing
Yeah,
in the wind?
it's cute. It's cute on camera too, but it's like it's perfect. The way it flips. That is what. That's the pizzazz. That's the oompa. You know, is that's that wow factor. The little these little, and then the eye, the right here. I say, wow, that is so cute. And your little short hair
Okay.
was cute too on those.
You
This
are
wow.
funny.
What was this right here? The tour you were on? You were sitting on the couch. You can't see that. You had the
I
green.
can see that. I see
Oh,
the sign in the background. So that was me last year at the Stand Up Authors Revival and Awards Conference in Charlotte. I
that's
think
the one
that
you
was
host.
day 3. Yes, that's
Uh-huh.
the one that I host.
Okay.
And it was either I did a relationship panel or I was being interviewed, but that's where I was sitting on the couch
What
at the
month is it
Embassy
again?
Suites. Hmm?
What month is your conference?
It is October.
October the what?
October the 3rd through the 5th in Charlotte, North Carolina. We'll have over 17 workshops, a black
Hmm.
tie awards ceremony on that Saturday. This year we have
Mhm.
a pitch contest for
Oh,
a $1,000 cash prize.
wow.
We are recognizing men. We are doing something with power couples. Like it's a big deal. We have
What are we
lot of
pitching?
new things. Hmm?
What are we pitching exactly?
So the pitcher the well, I'll call them entrepreneurs. They can pitch their business idea, their book concept, um, whatever they choose to pitch.
Hmm. Okay.
And we'll have a panel of about 2 to 4, well, 3 to 4 judges,
Hmm.
and they will select the individual with the leader or the entrepreneur with the best pitch, and they will walk away with $1,000 cash.
Oh, that's beautiful. It's funny. My pastor, she pitched. This was at the last minute. It was somebody. It was at a venue here in Houston, and for whatever reason, she said she was going to sign up for this pitching contest, and so she went in there thinking, I signed up at the last minute, and she didn't even have a PowerPoint. And the other people, they had PowerPoints and all kind of stuff. But anyway, she won. I think it was second or third place. All the places got money, like first, second, third. I mean, after third, I don't think you got anything. But all of them got money.
Mm-hmm.
But what she did have, she was pitching her. Those were called soulful salads, SOUL, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And she made all these different. So what she did, she made salads and passed them out to all the judges. And she got up and spoke about. She spoke
That's it.
about her salads. And anyway, she ended up placing. Sometimes you just got to go out there and just get up there.
You
'Cause
got to be creative. You got to be creative and go out there and take the risk. I mean, you have nothing to lose except for not doing it.
that's right. And I had another lady. I did an anthology project back in 2023, and I had another lady who she was one of the authors that had signed up for this anthology, but she also did cooking. She was from, I can't remember. It might have been North Carolina. I forgot. But anyway, it was little quiches, mini quiches. I forgot
Mm-hmm.
the name of it. But anyway, she pitched these mini quiches, and they were good. She had like a jalapeno, bacon, and she had a seafood one, and it was just these mini quiches because she just made them. They were homemade. Do you know that woman won first place? She won like $10,000. This was like with the Chronicle office. It was with something big. I forgot who it was with, and I was just like, wow. These people that just I'm rubbing shoulders with these people that are pitching and winning. I mean,
That's great.
I know. Now she had a PowerPoint, and then she had the quiche. And I'm noticing the people with food are winning. The salad, the quiche, and I don't. And I do make food, but I'm trying to figure out how can I tie food into my. Because I do have another idea with food, and then I have books. I'm just thinking, wow, this is something else. But
Well, listen, our doors is open. You can come down there and pitch your food. If you already know a winning formula, you just might win. Who
so
knows?
so what? But wait a minute. Now, when you apply, is there an entry fee or a registration fee?
So the way it works,
Mhm.
there's a ticket that we sell for the conference, and it's called you would think I would know, I'll look it up.
Well,
But
pitch
when
first.
you purchase that ticket, you're automatically enrolled into the competition, and
Oh,
that's the only way to get in the competition
mm-hmm.
is if you purchase that ticket. And I'm gonna let you all know what that ticket is called.
Mm.
um, so there's no application other than you to purchase the ticket. The ticket is called Power Player Elite All Access Pass.
Oh, okay. You have to get the elite all access pass.
Yep, you get the Elite All Access Pass. You're automatically entered into the Power Pitch contest. You get a private dinner with a power circle. You get a free coaching session.
Hmm.
Um, you get a professional makeup service, professional headshot, and you get an elite gift. So you get what elite people get when you purchase at the elite ticket level.
Now that,
Plus, you get a chance to win a $1,000 cash prize.
yeah, but that ticket is expensive. I was adding all that up. I mean, 'cause when you started talking, but you kept going. Okay, so you get to be part of the power circle. Plus, you get a tick. You get your all access pass. Then you get, you get an enter. You're entered into the pitch contest, and also you get a full a makeup artist, a glam shot. You get a photo booth for 360. I mean, I'm like, so wait. So how much is that ticket?
Stop it, Dr. Lynn. That ticket is $11.97.
Okay, I figured it. I had put it at 1,000 or more.
Well, good,
I
good.
mean, I did. I said because you kept going. And I was tabulating as you were talking. I said, okay, 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 yeah, okay. Oh, the coaching session. Okay, get it. Okay, okay, you get a makeup on. Okay, you get in into the pitch. Okay, you get, and you kept going. And I said, oh, okay. So I added up. Okay, I was right.
Yeah, yeah, that means it, and that's currently at the discounted level. So
Uh-huh.
the discounted level ends at the end of this month, unless we decide to extend it. But yeah, it's 11.97.
But then you have to also, so you got to book your flight, and then you got to get your hotel for the
Well,
33.
depending on where you are, I mean, if you live in Charlotte, you don't have to get a hotel. You could just
No,
come to the conference.
yeah, but in my
Um,
case, I don't live in Charlotte.
well, yeah, then you could split a hotel with somebody,
Like who?
like the other attendees who are going to the conference and sharing a room.
Yeah, but how do we know? I don't know the attendees going. Is it anybody coming with me?
So once you get a ticket,
Mm-hmm.
we begin to enroll you in our community. It's called Lifesavers Community.
Oh, okay.
And you join, I mean, you don't have to join that community, but as a ticket holder, you can join the Lifesavers community and then begin to network with other attendees and speakers that are going to the conference.
Mm-hmm.
And it is in that space where people will say that I'm looking for a roommate. Or in some of our other communities, like we're on Clubhouse every day at 7 a.m. And so one of the attendees will say, I'm looking for roommates.
Mm.
So that's how you would know who was looking for space.
What's the name of that conference again?
The Stand Up Authors Revival and Awards Conference.
Well, I like revival. The Stand Up Authors Revival and Award Conference.
Yes.
So, do you have a landing page, or do you have a website yourself? Or
Yeah, I do. I have both. I have a registration site for the conference, which
yes.
is authorsrevival.com. So
Oh, let me type.
authorsrevival.com.
I used to couldn't type, but they have a new feature. You say Authors Revival.
Yep, authorsrevival.com.
Authors Revival dot. Did I type that right? Authors Revival.com.
Yes.
I typed it.
So the page should come up.
No, I entered it in on the comment
Oh,
section.
okay, good. So it's authorsrevival.com, and then my website is resilient stories publisher.com.
Resilient. ResilIent. Resilient Stories
Yep,
Publisher.
.com.
Okay.
And I want to, if I can, talk a little bit about the name of the conference because there's some significance in that.
Yeah, please do. Resilient
So,
Publisher.
Stand Up is a part or is my book anthology series. So
Hmm.
behind me, if you can see that poster.
Yes.
Um, so I have three anthologies that are called Stand Up Resilient Black Women Who Are Shaping the World with Their Faith.
Hmm.
And part of the program with that anthology is the authors have an opportunity to speak at the Stand Up Authors Revival and Awards Conference. They have the first opportunity. There are other speakers, but they have the first opportunity. And when I talked about my divine assignment, part of my assignment is creating platforms for women
Hmm.
to heal and have a stage presence. So that's why it's called the Stand Up Authors Revival and Awards Conference. And it is about revival because the purpose is you come to the conference as a visionary leader, visionary author, or maybe you're a minister, or educator, or speaker, and you come to get fed, nourished
Amen.
spiritually, financially, emotionally, so that when you leave, you are transformed and you have the strength and the information and the strategies to then go back into your community and operate in your calling. Like it's very, very intentional
Yes.
about your rejuvenation. It's not a typical revival where you're on the floor and we lay in sheets, although I'm not gonna say that might not happen, but it
I
really
love
is
I'm
about
here for
you
it.
getting what you need.
If you need to lay on the floor and get the sheet over,
Listen,
by all means.
we have some people in the room
Uh,
that knows how to deliver and set free. So
Amen.
all things happen.
I like that. I like that. I mean, I like just being fed because a lot of times I'm active and I have to stand up and get in front of people or speak at church or whatever. But I like to just go sometimes just sit, like you
Yes.
said, and receive and be fed
Yes.
and rejuvenate my soul. So yeah, I like it. Like I say, I'm all for it. I'm here for it. That's beautiful.
Yes.
So typically, how many people attend and how many people pitch? This is just me. And
Well, this is the first time we're doing the pitch contest, but it's limited to 10.
oh,
So
okay, it's limited.
I'm spirit led. And when I say that, I really mean it in the most sincerest way.
Hmm.
Whatever God says for me to do, I do it. And this year, He said, introduce the pitch contest. And just to give you a little context about how I operate in the spirit, I was like, okay, yeah, we're gonna do this pitch contest, and the cash award is $1,000. So, my prayer is, Lord, if you want this contest to happen, then please send the resources.
Right.
And I kid you not, when I was on the phone one day talking to somebody about them speaking at the conference,
Yeah.
this individual said, you know what? I prayed this morning about where to sow a seed, and they said it's only $1,000, but I know that I'm supposed to sow that seed with you, and so
Amen. That's
I
beautiful.
have $1,000. I'm gonna put it in the envelope with your name on it. You can
Mm.
come get it right now, or you can come
What?
get it later, or whenever you decide to come get it, it is yours.
That is beautiful.
And when they said that, they said, I know it's small. And I cried and boo-hooed and
I
cried
know.
because I said, you don't understand. This
Yeah.
seed that you are sowing is
Uh-huh.
for the pitch contest. So the money is still in the envelope in my safe.
Yeah.
I didn't even open it.
That's
And I
it.
asked them, do you want me to say that you're a sponsor? They said, no, say it's from God.
They don't want any recognition. Okay.
Zero.
Yeah.
That's how my God operates.
Right.
He said, do. I said, okay, send the resource. The resource came.
Hmm.
Don't want recognition. Said, tell them it's from God.
Right. I don't always want recognition either. I mean, like sometimes I do stuff and I step back knowing that I did the stuff, but the people in the room might not know I did it. It could be money, it could be book bags, it could be supplies, it could be, all kind of gift bags, goodie bags. I mean, just they don't necessarily know where the stuff comes from. They're just passing. You know how people pass the stuff out.
Hmm.
They don't know how much of it you donated or whatever, and I don't try to
Same,
let them know.
same here. God will ask me to sow a seed, do a task, do this,
Hmm.
go out of town. I mean, so many things. And it's never about me doing it. I'm the vessel. I'm the vessel.
Yeah,
And I
you
don't need the recognition. I
right.
don't.
But I think sometimes when people have, I'm gonna say, life altering experiences, you come out different. Like being married. I mean, being with the guy on the freeway going 55, 65, getting hit. I'm just saying sometimes when you experience tumultuous relationships, I'm talking about near death experiences,
Hmm.
just stuff that nobody but God can bring you out. Then when you get out of it, your whole lens, the way you look at life, is completely different.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, God, use me, I'm yours. If you
Hmm.
brought me out of that, you brought me out of that kind of darkness into this marvelous life. Here's $1,000. Here's pizza for the vacation Bible school. Here's here's scholarship money for the kids going to college. I mean, just it's kind of like you bless me with it, God. I'm gonna bless your kingdom. I mean,
That's
your
right.
mindset is you're just different. You know.
I absolutely agree. And I have had so many only God moments that
Yeah.
I must serve and do as He instructs me to do because I'm indebted to God.
Yes. Yes. I'm obligated. I like that word. I'm indebted. I owe you, God.
Yeah, I owe you. I mean,
I owe
He
you me.
knows.
I owe you
I
me.
owe you me.
Yeah.
That's it. I owe you me. I
Yeah.
owe you me.
Yeah. I have no problem, God, getting out of my comfort zone. I mean, for you, especially because you got out of your comfort zone for me. The 39 lashes and the crown of thorns and all this blood. And I mean, I'm just saying, that was not easy, you know?
That's right.
So I have no problem serving. So, how did you become a coach?
You know how you just said you go through something?
Yeah, I thought about that. Yeah. A lot of people go through things, but they don't necessarily become a coach, you know?
So what happened for me was, like I shared, I was being abused and I was away from my family in Atlanta. And I
Okay.
remember one of my girlfriends said, this woman on Oprah, her name was Iyanla Van Zant, and she's talking about her story and all these things. And
You
I
can
was
be
like,
big.
I don't want to hear about nobody else's story. I have real life experience. I don't need to hear about somebody's story. She's like, but no, she got all these books, and I think you should get her book. She's really doing the thing. And so I bought two books.
Mm-hmm.
One was One Day My Soul Just Opened Up, and the other one was Value in the Valley, both written by Iyanla Van Zant. And I started reading The Value in the Valley and just fell in love with Iyanla. In love meaning with her teachings, with
Yes.
her empowerment,
Mm-hmm.
with her coaching through a book. So she became one of my mentors through a book. And
Mm-hmm.
so that wasn't enough for me. When you hungry, you just want so much information.
Yes.
So one time she came and did a live show in Atlanta. I went to that, and then she talked about how she has workshops for
Right.
women in Maryland. And
Mm-hmm.
so I went to a workshop, and then at the workshop she talked about how she has a whole institute. You can do a 2-year program, a 4-year program, or a 3-year program.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went to the 2-year program called Intervisions Institute for Spiritual Development. It was a 2-year program where we traveled to Maryland on the first weekend of every month. And we had class Friday, Saturday, Sunday for
Mm-hmm.
2 years with a week long retreat in the summer, either July or August.
Yes.
And the way they facilitated the classes was in a coaching style. So we had coaches, faculty members,
Mm-hmm.
and I loved that so much that
Yeah.
I decided to give back to others what I received through that 2-year program
Right.
through coaching. And that's ultimately how I became a coach. I went through that 2-year program. I was coached. Then I went and got a certification as a certified professional coach.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been a coach since I think 2010. Yep, I graduated from Intervisions 2010,
Mm-hmm.
and I became a coach shortly after.
Is that right before you met King G? Or
Um, I met him in April. We reconnected again in June. Became a coach after that. I got certified after that,
after that?
but
Okay.
it was in 2010.
It was. That's what I thought. I remember that number. It jumped out in my head.
Yep.
So 2010 was that was a turnaround year for you.
It was, and the funny thing is, because I became a certified coach, I
Mm-hmm.
thought I thought the Lord introduced me to him because I was supposed to be his coach. I said, "This is going to be my first client," and I had a girlfriend, my girlfriend from Brooklyn. She was like, "Listen, honey, that man is not trying to be your client. He's trying to get what you know the difference."
I was thinking. The way he was pursuing you and running around looking for you, that's not a client, I don't think.
I didn't know. I'm just so excited. I'm like, "This is my first client." She's like, "He is not none of your client."
No. He is not your client. In no way, shape, form, or fashion. He is by any means your client. That is your man, girl. I mean, but you didn't know it, of course. Y'all was just getting to know each other.
I did not know that he would become my husband. I did not know.
No, that's all right. That's a happy ending. I like that story. That was a very uh, bright story. So for another woman that might want to become a coach, for a woman that might want to get out of domestic violence situations, I mean, what type of advice would you offer?
So I'll start with the domestic violence situation first.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the first step is actually deciding what you want. Sometimes people assume if you're in a domestic violence relationship or intimate partner violence relationship
Mm,
that you automatically need to leave. And sometimes that is not what the person desires. And if that's not what you desire, it's okay. But you have
mm,
to decide what you want. And if you want to stay, then it becomes around how can you be safe? Do you need to go through counseling? Do you need therapy? Like,
mhm.
is it going to be couples counseling? You need to decide on how can I stay and be safe
Yeah.
if you decide to stay. So first decide what you want, and then after you make the decision, for those that want to leave, it's really about strategy, because for those that are in domestic violence relationships, our moves could be fatal. Like, you
Mhm.
cannot just, some abusers, you can't just say, well, you know what? I've decided that this relationship is not working out for me and I'm going to end it. You saying that can get you killed. So
Uh,
we have to understand
mhm.
who we're working with. And if we choose to leave, like, we actually have to create an exit plan. And so I would say, if you're deciding to leave a domestic violence relationship, connect with your local organizations. Maybe there's safe houses or advocacy centers where you are, to get an advocate or to get someone to help you create that exit plan, because there's a lot of moving parts with the exit plan, right? You
Yeah.
need to get your documents. If
Okay.
you have passports or important documents, you need to make sure you have copies of those. You
Mhm.
need to understand about the school records if you have young children, where they're going to go to school, how you're going to get the information, do you have full custody? Like, there's so many factors in deciding to leave. And when
Mhm.
you make that decision and actually creating a strategy on how to be safe, because one thing I would not warn anybody to do is just announce to your abuser, I'm
Yeah.
going to leave, because some abusers, that is going to trigger and escalate them, and then it becomes a life or death situation.
Mm.
And so, really, being planful, like, it's about safety first. So when you do make that decision, for
Yeah.
those of you that may be watching, or someone, if they
Mhm.
make the decision to leave, that's not something that they can publicize. They
You
have to
were
keep
right.
that to themselves, and then they have to do the steps, like making copies of the documents. They have to act as if, sometimes they have to act as if all things are okay, so their abuser doesn't get the idea that they're trying to leave, because they may prevent you. They may take
Mhm.
your phone, they may take your car, they may block you out of your accounts.
Mm.
So it's really about creating a strategy and getting support and assistance if you decide to leave. And what does that mean for the small children?
Yeah.
And yeah, there's just a lot about it. So be safe. Safety is the number one priority, whether you decide to leave or you decide to stay. And then
Mm.
for those of you that are supporting victims, one of the things I want y'all to not say is, you should leave him, or
Mhm.
why haven't you left already? There's a whole lot of reasons. Do you really think people sign up to be abused? I mean, yeah, there's some esteem issues, some worth issues, but that's coming
Mhm.
from a place of wounds. People don't just want to willingly be abused.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's coming from a place of hurt, wounds,
Mhm.
unresolved, and all those things. So, one of the things that you can do for someone who may be a victim of domestic violence or intimate partner violence is ask them, how can I support you? What
Mhm.
do you need? Let them slowly give you some of their personal belongings, and you keep them stored at your house. That's what my best friend did for me. Her
Mhm.
husband was coming home one morning around 7 a.m. I handed him a garbage bag. He didn't ask no questions. He took the bag. It was a real fast transaction. He
Mm.
took the bag, didn't ask a question, and took it straight to his house. And
Mm.
then later, I was able to explain, these are the kids' clothes, because I'm
Oh.
planning to leave
Mhm.
this man.
That was
So if somebody that's being abused, encourage them. Ask, how can you help? They may need help with childcare. They may need rides. They may need emotional support. They may just need somebody to listen to them. Somebody to listen in a non-judgmental way. Not, you should. Why you?
Mhm.
We stay for various reasons, and primarily is for safety. If we don't think we have the resources to make sure our children stay in school, we're not going to just
Right.
leave an abusive relationship. We might stay and tolerate the abuse so that the kids can get an education. There's so
Yeah.
many reasons. So
Hmm.
um, just be open and not non-judgmental, and then ask them, what is it that you want to do? And if they decide they want to stay, okay, so how can you stay and be safe? People do heal, and people can get counseling, and people, perpetrators and
Hmm.
abusers, can transform. Anything's possible. So how can you stay safe? If that's what you want to do, how can you stay safe? Help them create a safety plan.
I like that. I like the plan. I like the details you gave.
Yeah.
I
And
had some people who were abused. They told me that they were crying for help, but they weren't saying anything. But they wanted people to notice that they were. It was one lady said she was always dressed to the nines. She was looking good on the outside, and she was sitting up amongst people at church and at various places. But it's like she was saying to herself, "Don't y'all see me? Don't y'all see this man that's beating me?" Which nobody saw it because I mean there were no visible signs at the time. She said
mhm.
she was active in church. She was everything was rolling as normal. I mean business as usual. But when she would go home, she was just saying she was experiencing.
That is more common than it is not. And
Uh,
even when somebody first asked me, they said, I see your pain and I'm here to talk. And when they said that, I was so shocked. I was like, how come my mask isn't masking?
yeah,
How can they see through it? Because I didn't confirm, I didn't deny, I just wanted to act invisible. That was
right.
because I was hiding, because I was embarrassed. I was
Yeah,
ashamed. I was young. I didn't know what, I was away from family. I mean, so many things. And it wasn't until years later that I even acknowledged that I was being abused.
yeah. Well, it's not easy to talk about.
No.
It's
I,
not easy to discuss that somebody is beating you or slapping you around. I mean, it's a very uncomfortable conversation to have.
Yeah, or
I mean,
withholding money. There's the financial abuse. I remember him
yeah,
saying, if I had money, I could get you to lick the walls. Now, why he thought that, I don't know,
I don't
because
know either.
I never had an issue making my own money, even though I was, making a lot lower then. But I come from a background, I've been working since I was 16. So
Right.
money is not going to rule me because I can make my own.
That was his insecurity. I mean, his
That's the key right there.
right.
That
He
was
was looking
his
for some type of worth through. It was a manipulation type, control over you. Oh, if I have money, I can make her do. It's like he felt powerful by belittling you, demeaning you, telling you something about the money. Like you gonna jump through hoops for this money. It probably wasn't even that much money. I
He
don't
didn't even have money. That's the thing. He wasn't rich. He didn't have money.
know. You don't have any money. I'm still working every day. What is wrong with you?
That's why he said, if I had money, I could get you to lick the walls. And I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
no,
Why do you want me to leak the? I mean, why is this your goal, sir? I mean, I try to get inside the next man's head. Like when you talk like that, why is this your goal, sir? To have me lick the wall. I need to. Let's just talk about that. I want to. I want him to tell me today. I want to know. I just want to understand you. That's no goal. I mean, but I want to know
oh
who I'm
gosh.
dealing with. Why? Why? I mean, we have to laugh
Oh
about it
my
now.
goodness.
It's funny
Oh,
now, yeah.
Dr. Hicks, that's
I just
funny.
want to understand people. Goodness.
That's funny.
So, what's that?
What
What
was,
was
you
the,
asked me another question. You
the
asked me two
coaching?
questions.
How do
You
you get
asked,
into coaching?
okay, and I explained how I got into coaching.
No, I'm talking
And
about if I was a woman and I want
oh,
to be a coach.
how would you get into coaching? So I would recommend that you work with a coach first.
Right. Yeah.
You get coached so you understand what it feels like, what the process is,
Hmm.
how it goes.
Yeah.
And then if that is something that you enjoy and you think you want to do it, then get the training and education to become a certified coach. Now, coaching is not an occupation where you have to have a certification. Many people
Hmm.
who have experience and skill sets, they
Hmm.
can call themselves a coach. You can say, I'm a personal development coach, life coach,
Yeah.
um, strategy coach, business coach, what all.
Mhm.
whatever the case may be, and it can be solely based off your experience. But
Right.
my recommendation is, if you are considering becoming a coach, get coached first,
Yeah.
regardless if it's a mindset coach.
Mhm.
Get experience coaching first and experience it with a couple of different coaches, so
Right.
you can identify what coaching style you
Mhm.
like, or
Yeah.
what niche you may want to specialize in,
Okay.
and then go and create some type of business plan around coaching. And
Hmm.
one of the things I would highly recommend is that if you're going to be a coach, regardless of what coach it is, you do your own inner work,
Okay.
because it's not like anything coaching people and you have some issues that
Mhm.
you are clueless about. So
Yeah.
do your inner work so
Yeah.
that you aren't being constantly triggered, or you not having all these trust issues and fear and insecurities. Not that they won't exist, but
Yeah.
at least you will know how to manage it because you are aware.
Oh, I love that. That was beautiful. Yeah, I've had several coaches. I signed up to be. I took some classes to be a transformation coach and a life coach, but I've only coached probably 3, 4 people, maybe. I just kind of put it on the back burner. I guess I was busy working, doing other things. But I
Yeah.
might have to take it back off the back burner.
And that's so you were coached and you became a coach.
Uh huh.
And for me, my natural leadership style is that of coaching. So
Yes.
even when I had a staff of 40 people,
Mhm.
my direct reports, I coached them
Yes.
as their supervisor and director. I was a coach. I coached
Yeah.
them
You
on the
utilize the
team.
skills in the workplace.
Yeah.
I
And
love it.
so that's my natural style, that of a coach.
Okay, that's beautiful. Well, I think we're gonna have to get ready to get on up out of here.
All right.
So, but I have loved chopping it up with you. It's been amazing. You're such a phenomenal woman of God and leader. I appreciate you so much for joining me.
Thank you,
Um,
Dr. Hicks.
I'm looking at your authorsrevival.com to sign up for your conference in Charlotte, North Carolina, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
And as you said, October 3rd through the 5th.
Yes.
All right, I know it's going to be a phenomenal weekend. And that's the Stand Up Authors Revival and Conference.
The Stand Up Authors Revival and Awards Conference, because
Uh,
we have an award ceremony on that
right.
Saturday.
And awards. That's wonderful. And then you have the Resilient Stories Publisher.com. That's where you could go, find the books that you've authored.
That's where you can get more information about how to work with me. Now, the
Oh,
books that I've authored, you know what? I don't even really promote those books.
okay.
I'll
I
be
understand. No,
honest.
I was just making sure what did I type? That's how I can work with you if I want you to coach
That
me.
is how you can work with me.
Oh, connect. Okay, that's how I connect with you.
Yes.
ResilientStoriesPublisher.com. Okay, so there you have it. That's Miss ArDenay Garner, and she's in Syracuse, New York, but she's also right at your fingertip because she's right at my fingertip. I
That's
mean,
right.
she's just a button away. Just push a button, and we can get in contact with Miss Ardenay. So those are her websites. I'm supporting your conference. I'm everybody. If you can get there, get to Charlotte, North Carolina. I know it's going to be amazing. Please connect with her. I know she'll make a phenomenal coach. Very motivational, very inspirational. I so much appreciate you for joining
Thank
me
you.
tonight. So,
Thank you, Dr. Hicks. It's been a pleasure.
thank you. And we're going to get out of here. And as I always say in parting, remember to do something phenomenal for yourself because God loves you and so do I. Toodles. Bye bye.